Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Now, welcome back to part 2 here on the Coffee Chat Show with Bob. How you doing, my man?
All right, mate. Good.
You don't look like you've moved.
I've had a few ciders.
Your hair's grown a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I even cut mine just for the occasion, but you know, you don't look like
I've
you've
had a shave.
gone.
I've been away to shave.
I mean, now before we get into it, I just need to do a few shouts. Guys, I want to just welcome some new members to the channel. So welcome to Derek Hackett, Phil Parry, Siripon1972, Roy James Lennon, Pattaya Jimmy, Stephen Hammond, Push Paraj Raj, Sean Lester, Peter Testro and Paul Robson. Guys, thank you very much for joining the channel. Please remember to send me through your digital ID, a picture of yourself and your username and password, and I will in turn send you back your membership card. So thank you very much, guys. And if you haven't yet joined the channel, please guys check it out. Lots of benefits. There's a link in the description below and go take a look, and hopefully you'll come on board. All right, now, where were we, sir? Can't remember. We were in Hall Hin, weren't we? I think we were in Hall Hin last time.
We left Wahin.
Oh, we left that?
We're on the
So you say Wahin, I say Horhin.
Yeah,
which way is it?
I think both. I say it both ways as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? They nail me.
Yeah.
Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I get battered. Yeah. I get absolutely battered from it. How do you say it?
Wahin.
No, not Horhin. Where we are now?
Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Probably Yorkshire way. That's probably Yorkshire.
Right, so Pattaya, I'm going to say Pattaya. Guys, who's got it right, me or Bob? Don't you dare side with Bob. I've been practicing that one for ages. All right, so Horhin, into Pattaya, into Maggie Mays. What is Maggie Mays? Is it like a bar, a club? What is it?
It's a gentleman's club. It's got it ticks all the right boxes for that. But it's also a bar as well. You can come and sit and have a beer, have a chat.
Yeah.
You know, we listen to the music and yeah.
Relax.
I'd like to think it was like a pub in the UK, but with added extras.
I was going to say, well, pubs in the UK.
Yeah,
I know you're up
with
from
added
Huddersfield.
extras,
Hey, I know you're up from north, but I mean,
Up
ain't that
north,
much difference, is it? Go on,
No
bloody hell.
sheep floating
No,
around
that's
there.
Wales. Sheep is Wales. I mean, so, you know, it's a gentleman's club. Now, obviously, those guys that are not familiar with the terminology, a gentleman's club, basically, it's like a bar, but behind closed doors. And it's just, you know, gives you a little bit more privacy. And I'll leave that for your imagination as to why you need the privacy. I mean, in terms of, whereabouts is it?
It's on Soy Chayapum or Pothole or something.
Soy Pothole.
Soy Pothole,
yeah. So, guys, a landmark, you know the triangle bar? When you get to the triangle and you're looking at the triangle bar, keep to the right-hand side, walk up there. And we call it Soy Pothole for a good reason, don't we?
Certainly, yeah.
I mean, honestly,
it's atrocious, yeah.
Could you imagine the M25 being like that?
Well, it is in places, I would imagine, yeah. But it's appalling. But
it is.
Down our end, at the other end, it's actually perfect. The road's all right there. It just seems to be at the beginning. But they seem to be doing a bit of work on it now. They're putting some.
I mean, why
in.
is the road so just absolutely in carnage down there?
Well, I don't think it's ever been adopted, has it? I think does it belong to Toyota or something?
Truthfully, I don't know. Do you know what I do love about Soy Pot? And I know this is really sadistic and it's really not very funny, but I love it. I used to love sitting in the triangle bar when it absolutely battered it down, and it was just like a kind of like a lake, because people would walk and they wouldn't realise how deep some of them potholes
come up to it,
and they used to step in it and they go flying forwards into it, and I'm thinking, you poor bugger, like you had no idea that hole was actually a foot deep. I mean, it is bad.
Small Thai girls as well, they come to the
oh yeah, I know, they go swimming in it, don't they? Have you ever seen a Thai girl swim? They're hopeless, aren't they?
No, they can't.
They can't swim. They sink like a lead weight. Not that I'm much better,
but they like
anyway.
bikinis.
Oh, have you seen me in a bikini in a swimming pool? You don't want to.
No.
You don't want to. I mean, so how did you get into Maggie Mays? I mean, how did you go from running the bars in Hall Hin to coming here to now running Maggie Mays? How did that happen?
It's just that Maggie Mays seemed to. It's not really the place for a single person, you know. It went very quiet. The exchange rate hit and things like that. And the last bar I had, I just gave the keys back. It was just not worth it at all.
Right.
So I was just sat on the beach, and some guy says to me, he says, "Oh, there's a guy around in Pattaya looking for somebody to help run his bar, you know." So I rang the guy up and I went over. I literally dropped my rucksack in my room upstairs and started at the corner bar. So, and I was there for 6 months, and then that didn't see eye to eye there. There was the tequila roast saga. I'm sure a few of you know about the tequila roast saga.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to share that?
Not really.
Not really. No, let's keep going.
So
you know, everyone's going to comment now. Going, what was the tequila roast saga? Yeah, go on.
It was. Then I went to De Facto's there, and I stayed there a few months helping a guy there, and then I got to meet Steve from Maggie Mays, and been there ever since.
What's he like as a guy? What's he like?
Steve?
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a wrong un. I'm only standing because he sat behind us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just thinking that word. What is it?
You're thinking
mad?
Mad?
Yeah, mad as a...
We're only joking. Steve's just sat over our back shoulder on over the right there, but we thought we'd just give him a little dig.
Who else puts a 7-foot snowman, blow-up snowman, in one of his bars in the middle of November? Who else?
Steve, did you do that? No. He says no. He says he didn't.
A slush puppy machine in a bar.
A slush puppy machine?
Oh, it's there, look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Please tell me that's alcohol infused.
No, because you can't put alcohol in it because it's for 10-year-olds.
Mentally, I'll quit. Mentally, I'm okay.
That's another. You'll have to come and see us, and we'll tell you the story.
Yeah,
about
but
that.
Mentally, I am 10.
Yeah, we all are, aren't we? Really, I think. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like Maggie Mays being in Soy Pot Hole, etc. I mean, where do you kind of like see the client bank coming from? Where are your most? I mean, are they like locals? Are they people that are on holidays? Is it word of mouth? I mean, how do you get the people to the bar?
Well, obviously, we haven't got holiday makers now. We've got regulars, what I call regulars, and I mean, I think the name of the game is get them in, keep them in, and get them to come back.
Yeah,
is the thing about it. But I like Steve's very good at doing things like Facebook and things like that, and putting things out there. And I like to keep a personal touch with each one of the customers that come in. So I'll get online or Messenger, and all the way through COVID, just kept in touch with them, and just a nice little how you doing and things like that. And it tends to keep people coming back. And also, a lot of guys have their favourite girls as well.
I mean, on the subject of girls, I mean, how many girls work in Maggie Mays at a peak level that you can expect?
We've got. I'm just looking at the board over there. Actually.
Oh,
we've got.
Oh, is that your board? Not now. Not now. It's no good, is it? I mean, in general.
In general, we've probably got about 7 or 8 girls.
7 or 8 girls.
And a couple of cashiers. But now we've got the 3 bars. We've got Club Fate, the Cave, and Maggie Mays. If one bar gets busy, I mean, generally the other 2 bars have more girls in they're bigger places, but we can just ship them over.
You mentioned about the Cave. That's John, isn't it?
That's John.
Yeah, I'm gonna interview him. What's he like?
Oh, he's all right, he's John. Yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
I've heard he's a bit of a one of those lads.
Yeah. He needs a watch. Somebody needs to buy him a watch.
Is he late all the time?
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
I mean, I think when he comes on the channel, I'll have to, hope he gets here on time.
He'll be here on time.
The rumour has it he might even be early.
I came through the back. He's putting his makeup on as we speak. Yeah.
I mean, anyone would think John sat behind us as well.
He probably is. He's a big lad as well.
He is a big lad, isn't he? He clearly can eat 3 Weetabix. There's no doubt about that. I mean, so
it's raining, it's pissing down. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean, so when you're not at work, I mean, what do you do to relax here in Pattaya? I mean, it's one of those cities where there's so many options. What do you find yourself doing?
It's a crazy thing, really, because usually on the day off, I'll probably stay in. Actually, I stay in my room and things like that. But when I do go out, I'll pop round a few of the bars who the owners come to see me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I'll reciprocate and go around and see a few of them guys. And there's some wonderful characters. Like Graham, who you interviewed.
Yeah, Graham. Yeah, Honey Lounge.
Character he is.
He was just so funny.
He's a
so funny.
And Danny, you mentioned Danny from Danny's Sports Bar. Who's a good guy. Pops in the whole time. Tim from Devonshire.
Yeah,
he's another good lad. He comes in all the time.
Going back to Danny, because Danny's moving, isn't he?
Yeah, he's moving on to Tree Town, I think.
I believe so. Yeah,
I've seen the place. It looks absolutely.
Does it? Oh, well, I'm going to nip in and try and grab hold of him because I'd like to get him on here and have a chat because he is a good lad.
He does know everything about the Premier League as well.
Oh, don't start about football. Right. I am not talking about football ever again.
Not at the moment. No.
I mean, mind you saying that Arsenal played the other day and we were pathetic. 90 minutes and 7 minutes of extra time to draw. I mean, that was just awful. I mean, do you follow a team?
Huddersfield Town, I'm afraid.
Huddersfield?
Yeah. Huddersfield.
Well, that's the end of that football conversation, isn't it? I mean, I don't know much about pub football.
I don't get to watch them on TV much, that's for sure.
I wish I didn't with my team. We're bloody hopeless.
A terrible season, yeah.
Oh, awful, mate. Couldn't hit a barn door from 2 foot, I tell you, we're rubbish. Absolutely. I mean, defending. I mean, honestly, it's just anyway, another story, another day. So, in terms of like Maggie Mays and you got the girls, and I mean, we always see it from the outside looking in. We never really understand what it's like on the floor, on the ground roots there. I mean, when you're working with the girls, I mean, how hard is it to manage these girls? How hard is it to interact with them? Because obviously coming from the pub trade back in England to this kind of environment, working with girls, I mean, what's some of the biggest challenges that you face?
I think it's not as difficult as some people can make out. The one thing you don't do is you don't shout at these girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't get anywhere by shouting at them.
Yeah.
So you befriend them, you look after them, and one of the biggest things is eating. I think we all know about the eating situation.
If they're not sleeping, they're eating.
But then again, I've explained to other people that we drink to be sociable.
Mm.
I think Thai girls eat to be sociable. I think it's a good way of looking at it. Instead of being negative about it, be positive about it.
I think one of the biggest culture shocks, even to this day, 10 years of me being here, I think one of the biggest culture shocks that I still to this day find very difficult is when I've got my food in front of me and they just tuck in. And it's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm having some of your food.
Just stick a fork in back of your hand.
But I'm like, this is my food. No, we all share. You can eat some. I don't want to eat any of yours. I want to eat what's on my plate. I mean, that really...
Who's right and who's wrong, though, when you think about it?
Well, I mean, it's irrelevant, really. I paid for all the dishes anyway. So they're all mine, irrespective, really. I mean, it is funny. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right there. That's something that a lot of people don't understand about the girls is don't shout at them. You know, this back in England, you know, you could tear a strip off someone, they'll take it on the jaw, think, yeah, okay, I've dropped a clanger, they walk out the door, think, yeah, all right, I've had my bollocking job done. Here, they don't accept it, do they?
No, it's a loss of face thing, and it doesn't work. And it's not that difficult to just to go on one side and just put your arm around them and say, look, come on.
Yeah.
You know, and it tends to work. We've still got the same girls. I mean, I think I've helped towards that, but Steve's helped a lot towards that because during all the COVID and everything, he still carried on paying the salaries and everything.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Which not a lot of people can say.
Absolutely. I mean, the COVID that we're currently going through, I mean, obviously now we're experiencing the second lockdown. It's another huge blow to what we were dealing with. I mean, how do you see this panning out in a very short space of words? I mean, what do you see the future? When do you think we will get back to our normality?
I'm not sure about when, because I mean, we all thought it was going to go back to normal a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it started to get that way, and it started to get very, very good. You know, but only from feedback I've got from customers and friends of mine in the UK, I honestly think it will get back to normal. I think it will go back to normal, and if not better. I'd like to be optimistic. Like I say, my glass is always half full.
Yeah.
The feedback I've got is people are dying to get back here, and people now it's gone that long. They're even willing to do this 15 days or 10 days quarantine, and they ain't coming for 2 weeks.
I must admit, we had a guy, he's a great guy called Jerry, he's been on our channel and he's been in our group involved, and he did the 2 weeks, as has quite a few other people. And I think for them it's more a case of, look, I need to have a break from my world. If it means I sit in a hotel for 2 weeks, do you know what, I'll deal with it, get on with it, and then I can experience my time afterwards. And you know, to be fair to like Jerry and some of the other guys that have done this, you know, they've all had a good time. I have to say though, I do feel really sorry for those that are just in the process now of doing their 2 weeks, walking out into this, because you know, there's no alcohol, etc. I mean, it really, this is not the ideal time, is it? No,
it certainly isn't. Yeah, I do feel for him, because they've bit the bullet and gone through all the paperwork, like you say.
Yeah.
15 nights in a room on your own, and then they come out and they can't even go to another.
I know, yeah, awful. I mean, talking about things that are changing here, I mean, obviously, you know, you've been here 17 years, and as we mentioned in part one, you know, a lot of that time was away from Pattaya. I mean, how do you see Pattaya changing now moving forward? Because obviously there's a lot of talk about Walking Street. You know, we've run that one to death now. It's going to close down, it's going to stay as it is, it's going to develop, it's not going to develop, etc. I mean, what are your views, you know, from being here, working here, feet on the ground, what do you think?
I just, more or less an outsider looking at it, you don't have to talk to people about right from soy 1 right to soy 8. At one time we're all, so it's been mainly soy 6, but a lot of the bars on the other soys, they've all gone. 7 and 8 pretty much gone. I think the only one to get rid of is soy 6 really, and you know, they make that like a family area, that corner of Pattaya. Walking Street, I mean, a lot of them soy 6 people really don't care about walking onto Beach Road, do they really? I don't think
not
so.
really, no, it's probably not on their agenda.
And have you seen the big jumbo jet next to soy 8?
I know, yeah, it's good. I believe that's going to be a cafe restaurant.
Apparently so, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure about the concept, because what are they going to do underneath it? Because it's an enormous amount of space just to leave just empty. And they have to got something there. And also
advertising no key money.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's right. Yeah, and I mean also just around the corner from you, isn't it? There's that huge food court area.
Yeah.
I mean, is that going to involve bars? Do you know? Is that going to have, or just is it?
I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of any bars, but I've heard of it sort of clothing and food and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could only be good for the soil, really. It could only be good for that area.
Oh yeah, because I suppose, you know, if they're in that area, they may well either walk down Soy site or walk down your Soy. You know, I guess it will.
But they've done a very good job of it as well.
Yeah.
And it's not just a tuck and safety job. They've done a very good job of it. So.
Yeah, and I think again that kind of like reiterates this rumours that are going around about the fact that, you know, we may become this more family friendly, family orientated area. I mean, I think they're trying to attract more people from like Bangkok, etc., to come down. And though, you know, that area that we're just talking about, again, you know, that kind of fits the bill, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yeah. From the outside looking in, really, it does fit the area, and like your Soy Bacau areas, your Chayapums, Diana, Honey. I think them places, and Tree Town and places like that, they'll be the areas for us guys, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. In terms of going out, I mean, I said to you a minute ago about, you know, when you got a day off, you know, what would you do? Where would you go to? And you said, you know, you'd probably stay in, or you're going to go. If I was to say to you, I want you to name one, just one, a go-go bar. Can't be a bar, can't be a gentleman's club, has to be in a go-go bar. And let's try and make it.
Bar, a gentleman's club.
No, in a go-go bar. Has to be in a go-go bar.
Oof.
Don't try and play the innocent with me.
Well,
there you go. That's easy, isn't it? That's easy. I mean, if everywhere was open, one a go-go bar, which one would it go? Which one would you go to?
Well, I'd say it's the only one I've been to, Kink then.
Kink.
It's the only one I've been to.
Did you see the grin on his face there?
Yeah, that customer took me there, honestly.
Oh, and I can imagine, you know, both hands behind your back going, no, please don't take me.
On my Leo,
don't take me upstairs. Please don't take me upstairs. I mean, it is an eye-opener, isn't it?
As I'm bullying him up there.
Yeah, well, I was speaking to Sean, the owner.
Yeah,
I was talking to Sean, the owner, the other day, and he reaffirmed that they are going to reopen. They're just doing a few amendments inside and just changing stuff. But yeah, I mean, guys, if you've been to Kink, drop a comment below. And please remember just that there are people reading it, so let's try and keep it within the limits and the boundaries that we have to adhere to. But yeah, I mean, I must admit, Kink is definitely one of those places. Someone's coming here for the first time, never ever been to Pattaya before, has no idea what to expect. They just literally, they're back home thinking, do you know what, I'm going to have a holiday, I don't care, I'm going to go to this place they call Pattaya. Everything's back to normal now, the new normal, whatever that may be. What's your one piece of wisdom, one piece of advice to somebody when they get off their aeroplane and get here? You're going to say, come here, son, I need to tell you this.
That's the same. Yeah, okay, you come and see Bob, John or Nigel at one of the 3 bars, and we'll have a chat with you and put you on. But it's the same thing happened to me. An old guy says to me, Bob, after 2 weeks of spending 10 grand a day, he sat me on one side and says, Bob, you're going to do 2 things, you're going to die or go skin. And it was the best bit of advice I've ever had. But no, go speak to somebody first. You go mad for your first day or two, but just go and speak to somebody who's been here for a while. That's the main thing.
Keep it real.
Yeah, keep it real.
Keep it real.
I mean, I'm not going to say dangerous, but you can end up pretty unhappy at the end of it. You don't want to go home unhappy, do you? So.
Yeah. I mean, over 17 years, I'm going to throw this one at you now. You're sitting there thinking, what's he going to ask me? What's he going to ask me? 17 years, you've been here, you've been out, you've been around the clubs, the bars, etc., etc. You've met thousands and thousands of girls, etc., etc., etc. Ever been caught by a ladyboy?
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, respect. Shake my hand, my man. Thank you very much for being there. Come on, spill the beans.
How?
Yeah.
No,
I spilled my beans the other day saying how I got caught.
Oh, I knew it was a ladyboy.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fair play, mate.
Yeah.
See, you northern boys are hard as nuts.
We don't mind.
Hard as nuts. That was terrible,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
terrible.
I mean,
no, I don't mind.
Do you know the way to tell a ladyboy? Do you know the way to tell a ladyboy from a lady without any question of doubt whatsoever?
Go like that?
Well, that's one way, but you might get one of them back. Do you know
Adam's apple?
No, Adam's. They can shave. No, they can shave the Adam's apple. Feet's irrelevant because some have small, some have. But there's only one way that you can absolutely 100% tell if the person you're with is or isn't a ladyboy. There's only one way.
Arm wrestle. No.
Well, no, because some are quite strong, but you're not far away from the truth there, though. You're actually closer than you probably realise. There's only one way you can tell a ladyboy from the woman to a man. There's only 1,000,000% way that you can find out.
I've got to say, they obviously got a cock now, but
no.
Enlighten me, Trevor.
All right, so here you go, guys. I showed you this the other day. So,
I should have watched this.
You see, I could have helped you out then. So basically, the genetic way of telling between a ladyboy and a boy is the elbow. Like when I extend my arm here, I cannot, it's physically impossible for a male to get his wrist lower than his elbow joint. It's physically impossible, cannot be done. But a woman can.
All right.
So when a woman puts her arm out, now next time you see a girl...
I saw somebody doing that a few years back and I didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, maybe they watched it on the channel, but that is the only way. If you put your arm out straight, you cannot, it's impossible to get your wrist lower than your elbow, but a woman can.
Right. Oh, right.
So there you go, see, learn something new every day here, guys.
But the arm wrestling works as well.
And the grabbing the cock.
Yeah.
But I would suggest the second one, maybe just be a bit careful. If she's 6'7" and built like John, who you're going to see on the next part of the coffee show, you probably don't want to grab the cock.
I'm only joking, Mum.
Oh, do you know what? My mum watches this.
Does she, bless?
My mum is brilliant. Like, you know, she's seen me share my ladyboy experiences. She's seen them. And she rings me up and says, "Trevor, I watched your show the other day."
I took my mum to see a ladyboy show.
Did you?
Somewhere, yeah. She came over.
What did she make of it?
She loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Open-minded, lovely. Love you, Mum.
Yeah, fair play, fair play. All right, well, listen, it's been fantastic talking to you, Bob. It really has been brilliant. Guys, you know, get yourself down Soy Pothole, Soy Chipum, go into Maggie Mays, come and say hello to Bob, have a beer with him, enjoy the atmosphere. It is a gentleman's club, so remember, it's closed doors, it's for your privacy and for your entertainment, so don't worry about it. Pop in, have a few beers, have a great time, and I'm sure that they'll enjoy it.
Bring your ID card. And
there you go. So yeah, fantastic. So bring your ID card, guys. Remember, if you're a member, I'll send you your ID card. Take it and show Bob, and you'll get 10% off of your bill. How cool is that? Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, sir. It's been brilliant. Been absolutely brilliant.
Thanks.
So there you go, guys. That's it for today on part 2 of the Coffee Chat Show here with Bob from Maggie Mays. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. It's been a pleasure talking to him on both of the interviews. Coming up next week will be John from the Cave in LK Metro. You two look similar, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think you look like John when John will be another 30 years older, and
that's right,
John looks like you maybe when you were younger.
I think I enjoyed that more than John.
I think I'm only saying it because he's behind us, and he's got his swimming cap on.
Yeah,
he's got his swimming cap on. Anyway,
you look all right together.
Yeah, see, we'll blend in. All right, that's it from me today, guys. Thank you very much. Please, as always, remember hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Guys, if you're not a member, check out the members area, have a look on there. Like Bob's just said here from Maggie Mays and many other places, you'll get your discount to go in and just show your ID card and claim your money back. And also, guys, join our Telegram group. We've got over 2,000 people on there. It really is a fantastic group. Lots of like-minded people just like yourself who enjoy this wonderful city that we are lucky enough to live in. How cool is that? Guys, until the next time, please stay safe.